But here's the thing. The random trades and random P&L and all the buzzwords that you're hearing about trading doesn't mean anything if you do not have a specific trade book that actually helps you build it and execute it perfectly. And 920 is one of those very clear and clean ones. So what is 920 trade? Let's go to the 5-minute chart. You're dealing with a very strong stock. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Hope everyone had a good morning. I am sorry, I missed the trading at the open, unfortunately. My clock went off, but I woke up like at 6:23, like 7 minutes to the open. So, oh man, I can't make it. So by the time I'm really tired and exhausted, and it's just I really need to sleep. But anyways, so I came late to the office, so I started trading like around 10 a.m. on the Eastern time, and market was gapping down. I knew that. I checked on trading terminal on my phone, and it was bouncing back, and I almost touched the green on the day. So that shows a volatile day. So I took only one trade, a 920 trade that's developed by Brian, and actually turned out to be a perfect 920 trade. I'm gonna walk it. I also posted that on Twitter as well. But here's the thing. The random trades and random P&L and all the buzzwords that you're hearing about trading doesn't mean anything if you do not have a specific trade book that actually helps you build it and execute it perfectly. And 920 is one of those very clear and clean ones. So what is 920 trade? Let's go to the 5-minute chart. You're dealing with a very strong stock. In this case, AMD, that was up to 3%. For 20 minutes, it was a very strong move, and now it started reversing and kind of a pullback or bounce. You don't know if it's a pullback or it's a bounce. Sorry, it's a reversal or it's actually a pullback. So the 920 trade says that if you are having, this is number one, if you're having a very strong stock, it starts around 10 a.m., any pullback toward the 20 moving average, which I'm drawing on my chart, can be a good entry for a move back up to the 9 moving average as the first target, and the high of the day potentially as the second target. What would be the stop loss? The stop loss in this case would be the loss of 20 moving average, or potentially VWAP if it's very close. So that's what we're having exactly here. So the entry would have been around here. I just jumped in actually a little bit too early because I didn't want to miss the move. You put your stop loss below the 20 moving average. In this case, the VWAP would be a good thing. So that's your risk. Your first exit would be, the 9 moving average. So that's 9 EMA. And then the high of the day in that time was around here, and that would be your first target. And you're talking about on 2-minute chart. That's the trade book that Brian has developed for us, and that turned out to be a really nice risk to reward. This one looks like a 5R or something like that, and I'm still in there, and potentially it's going to go up. So what you're seeing here is a very perfectly, you don't always get such a perfect trade book, but this turned out to be a very perfect, and I executed really well, and I added a really good number into my account. I'm actually still in there, so I'm still having some 3,000 shares left in there, and see if you can continue going higher or not. But that's something that it's very important how to execute that. It's very important to know that having a trade book is important. And that's it for me. One trade and done. So for those of you who are part of our community and you want to get an idea, so in Peak Capital Bootcamp, we just started this week. By the way, there's still a spot if you want to join. We help you to build that trade book. But there is a sample as well. You don't need to start it from scratch. So what we're having here, if you go to the chat room, in our chat room, let me actually bring it. It might be worth showing that. If you go into the top right of the chat room, in YouTube you guys don't see that, there is a sample of trade book. Let me actually find that and download it and actually show in that to you. Brian, maybe you want to start talking about your trades and then.
Yeah, no, I just, I was watching Billy at the open. Just always look for Rising Devil trades, which is another trade book trade that I have. And yeah, so Billy was gapping down, trading below the VWAP going into the open. And it got really weak. It started selling off earlier than I usually see these sell off. So it was gapping down on earnings, and I just thought it's already gapping down. I thought I'd started to use a starter position as it started to leak off. So I got in at just over 21, and then the bottom fell out of it. I have no idea what happened there, but I covered around 20, just over 20. So I got a really big drop just with that one trade. And then it came back up again, which is more typical of the 920, and I shorted it again around 2070, and then covered some around 2045 in that area, and then it popped back up. I had to stop out of the rest because it kind of squeezed back up. So it was a little bit of an unusual trade from a 920 perspective, but still worked out really well. And Snap has been strong, so I just took a long on Snap when it pulled back to the 9 moving average, and I'm still sitting in Snap. Still, I took a partial when we just popped up here. So, so otherwise, it's been a pretty decent day.
Yeah, I found the trade book, by the way, guys. So I'm just going to show it to you. This is the trade book, a handbook for day trading strategies. So we have a bunch of different strategies. There's a list. I think there are 9 of them is there. So you can look at the people how they actually do that as a starting point for you. That's available for members to download. Talking about the snap, like for example, this snap is interesting. This could be potentially a 920 trade, but it really never lost the 9 moving average on 2-minute chart.
No.
It never really hit that. That means the stock is so strong. So how you could trade that, this could be potentially an ABCD pattern. So this could have been a really nice entry for here with the volume. That could have been a really nice ABCD pattern. Do you see my screen? So that could have been a really nice ABCD pattern for the break of high of the day, or it could be a break of high of the day trade. So that's exactly what we are trying to mention. So the market is still very strong. AMD is running up 3%. It's going to break the high of the day again. Could be this pullbacks could have been actually really good re-entry. I could actually add here, but again, I just I'm very, very happy with what I have right now, and I don't want to risk it. I think there's a good chance that this one is continue going higher. The market seems that it found the direction to the upside, so we'll just hold it. But if not, really, you can get out of it. So MS is asking, what's the time frame? It's the 2-minute chart, but the selection of your stock is based on 5-minute chart. So here's a recap. One strategy is enough to make a living out of day trading. I'm just doing it live in front of you every day. You don't need a very complicated strategy. It's a very simple strategy. But execution of that is the key. The patience is the key. And hopefully you can practice on that. The trading is really not that complicated. You don't need anything specific for trading. It's just how you execute that. It's like everybody knows how to have a good body. You just have to not drink too much, don't eat really bad food, and just exercise. Everybody knows that. It's a very simple rule, but not everyone actually can follow that for different reasons. So it's the same goes in trading. Anyways, that turned out to be a really, really good day. Still market is running, so we'll see how it goes. I actually sold some puts on TQQ for the end of the month at 32. I'm up $5,000 on that. If this expires worthless, that's $55,000. So that would be really nice. And I got some SSO as well. SSO is the 2 leverage of SPY. So I'm not gonna stop trading these leverage products until I lose all of my account. So okay, that was a joke. All right, guys, thank you so much, and that's it. Sorry again, I missed the trading. Thanks for Peter and everyone who covered. Thanks, Brian. How come you never miss it open? You're not sleeping, Brian. How's that?
No. When you get older, you don't sleep. You don't need to sleep.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, guys. And so what day is it?
All right.
Thursday. So see you in mentorship
Thursday.
sessions, guys. It starts at in 15 minutes by John. We have Ed in the afternoon, 4:30, and then Thor is going to have his presentations at 8 p.m.